how many calories do you burn an hour? Today is a very special day because we are finally going to make my Corolla a daily driver. So I got this car a little while ago and took it to the burn yard, tried to do a burnout in the rain, mind you, and immediately broke an axle. Probably like 6 months ago or something like that, but I let it sit, I got it painted, then we dialed it in with some Cybon carbon, BC Racing coils, Watanabe wheels wrapped in Falcons, threw a Koyo in there for better cooling, and now it's time to bulletproof the rear end. So we linked up with the guys at Weir Performance with a GTS rear end, a Cos differential. He's gonna build it up and we're gonna throw it in this car and then it's ready to daily. All right, so we're here with the man, the myth, the legend, Spence from Weir Performance. Tell us a little bit about Weir Performance.
A customer just came to us and asked us if we could help him out with his Corolla diff. From that point on, we just started doing what we could do to make the differential hold up to the abuse that drifters tend to, clutch kick. Clutch kick, and of course, all the new engine combos people are using.
Right.
They need a bigger axle.
Right.
Stronger gears. They need, solid pinion spacers. So those are kind of the things that we developed along the way to help guys like you out.
How long ago was that first start?
2005. So
Okay.
It's been quite a while.
All right, yeah, that's a good bit of time for sure.
Yeah.
So this is pretty much
Those are the chromoly. They're 28 millimeter at the spline.
significantly bigger.
They're big
than,
compared to
I mean,
the OEM.
the OEM ones are like, they're little twigs.
They're twigs.
Yeah.
They're under 1 inch. The OEM are
Under 1 inch?
in diameter at the spline. One of the cool features we did on this run of axles, dual bolt pattern. The 4 lug or 5 lug. You can choose either one. That helps people that want to switch it up.
Run big boy wheels and tires.
Big boy wheels and tires.
Yeah, that's not gonna be me. I'm gonna keep it simple. I shouldn't say that, that's my curse. When I say I'm gonna keep it simple, it spirals out of control.
OEM retainers. These actually, we have to machine this bore bigger. Our axles are a little bit bigger here too.
Okay.
To help support the bearing.
Right.
On this.
So you take an OEM retainer.
These are OEM, but we machine them right in through the bore. Koyos, of course. You can't do this without Koyos. These are just OEM studs.
Yep.
These are not OEM brand, but OEM replacement
Right.
studs made in USA. Gaskets for the housing end. To go along with the big boy axles, I guess you could call them. We've got the Cos LSD.
Yes, sir.
Very reliable LSD. And to go with that, to fit the bigger axles, we have the chromoly side gear kit. Comes with both side gears, all 4 spider pinions. Very easy to install, and we're
Right.
gonna do that. That'll be the first part of this build. Very nicely made unit. You can't go wrong with the Cos LSD. Now, for you guys that maybe don't want as much grip, these have a lot more grip than an OEM.
Okay.
You can restack the plates to soften the LSD up a little bit. They do a Super Q option.
Yep.
Nice and quiet for you guys who want a quiet LSD.
Right.
Somebody who wants the aggressive LSD, out of the box, leave it alone, you're good to go. The install kit, solid pinion spacer, 477.
4.7, baby. This thing is going to scoot through the gears.
Yes, it will. Now we have an oversized companion flange. Hurt went with a one-piece drive shaft. We did this because we weren't sure which flange would work best for the drive shaft. So it's drilled for both. This is an OEM flange that modified for the Corolla.
Well, the good thing about that is if this build spirals out of control like I just cursed it to, I'll probably need a bigger flange drive shaft just for safety, right? All that stuff over there is gonna go in this bad boy right here.
So we have an OEM Toyota GTS axle housing. This was all cleaned up, bead blasted, painted inside and out. We got the OEM brake lines, which got lucky I had some. and it came with a Goodrich hose on it. So I mean, you can't beat that.
Cannot go wrong with that.
Can't go wrong. OEM backing plates. Hurt wanted OEM brakes. Very nice.
What's the major difference between what I have, the SR5 rear end, and the GTS?
Major difference.
Is there a visual?
Visually, they look very similar, you know, except for the physical size difference that you're going to see. This diff is bigger. It's noticeably bigger. It's got 10 mounting studs on the housing. The smaller SR5 has 8.
Okay, so
Good way to tell
we got a 10
what
bolt.
you have. The drum brakes are a dead giveaway.
Right.
What you got.
Right.
So.
All right, so Spence is going to show us how to check if your rear end is bent, because basically if you were ordering a Weir Performance kit to your house to install into your diff, the main thing you need to check is that it's straight. I guess these axles have tendencies to warp and bend a little bit. So Spence is going to show us the at-home trick on how to check your diff housing.
What happens, drifters? Wheel to wheel happens, especially in Corollas. You slide up a little too deep, trying to fall a little too close, smack wheel to wheel. A lot of times that'll bend your housing. Here's a good rule of thumb. If you damage the wheel, your housing is bent.
Definitely bent.
It's
No,
bent.
no ifs, ands, or buts.
This would be pointing towards the front of the car. We're gonna put the carpenter square on the end. Now again, you wanna use a 2-foot long carpenter square. So what you're gonna do, you're gonna measure as far out as you can on the square.
So you measure top and bottom?
Front to back, as it would be facing forward in the car. If you see a big discrepancy in your measurements, you got a problem. You can do the same vertical. So that's a quick way to check to see if you're straight.
Right. So we got everything we need. Now it's time for precision assembly.
Yes. Cause LSD has a alignment mark. We're going to be opening this up. So you want to take note of the alignment mark. That's for the cover to the casing.
Okay.
Removing the screws. Doing the side gear kit's really easy. Get your cover off. And I like to grab it and just lift the whole stack out of here. There we go. This is a 2-way. We can go over that real quick.
Yeah.
2-way is the cam shape that's on your side gear. It's basically an even angle. So when you're under acceleration, it cams out, pushes the pressuring right up into the clutches, gives you your clamping. Decel has the same angle. Theoretically, you're getting the same clamping on your LSD during decel.
Science.
Science. So we're getting rid of the cause side gear set. So here you go. You guys want to see the difference. This one is a Zenki. So this would be the early version, I believe.
Pretty significantly bigger.
Significantly bigger. Boom. This.
So that's the
We'll
original.
never know.
Right.
Yeah.
So to give us an idea of the stock axle size versus
Yeah. Very, very different.
does not go whatsoever.
No. Okay, so this is pretty straightforward. This is as far as you need to take it apart. You don't have to take this other pressure ring or the clutches out of the other end. Get your chrome moly side gear.
Yep.
You can see the tabs. So we're lining up the tabs here as we drop it in. And if you're careful and didn't disturb it, it drops right in. Sometimes the tabs come out of alignment, no big deal. Simply put these on. So there's no measuring, it's just simple remove, replace. These parts are identical.
Just bigger.
The fitment, bigger spline, everything else identical
I see.
to the cause
I see.
LSD. Drops right in. There we go. Putting the pressuring back in, you want to line up
So
your ramp angles to the pin.
doesn't matter which way it goes.
Now, on the 2-way, it does not. 1.5 way, it matters. Now we put the plates that I removed back.
I've never actually seen the friction plates either.
Yeah, they're pretty well made. They're very big compared to an OEM A86 LSD, the factory LSD, and there's more of them. So this is way aggressive compared to the OEM unit.
And just like that. It's
Just like that.
Never
So
happened.
there is a thrust washer in here. Just want to make sure that that is in there when you put it back on. I'm kind of holding it with my finger
I
there.
see.
And we line up our match mark. You can literally see this is not something that's very hard to do.
Right.
I don't like to tighten these up super tight, so I'm going to grab a regular Allen wrench. so that if this ever needs to come apart again, you don't have to drill the heads of the bolts. Everything has to be clean. Clean, clean, clean.
You always clean the oil off these?
I do, and the reason why is because when I go and put the ring gear bolts in, I don't get oil all over the threads that have the Loctite on them. Loctite and oil does not work well together. The ring gear, this is the 4778, our brand, Weir Performance. And on the ring gears, before I stick them on to the LSD or the spool, whichever we're using, I always do a little quick, on a flat surface with emery cloth, do a little quick sand on the back there.
Just like a little scuff?
Just a scuff, just to make sure, like you can see right here. So we got a little tiny spot that had a little tiny burr. So I just make sure I knock all those down.
That axle's so cute. Is that for little Trex Jr.?
Well, it's his car.
Is he gonna grow up like and be a big axle one day?
You got to add water. You add water.
then
Yeah.
a full nine.
Yeah. This is actually.
This is a 3-inch.
Yeah.
All right.
So if you're gonna do this job yourself at home, make sure you match mark your cap. Doesn't matter which one, do at least one of them, that way you can't get them reversed. So we're putting the wrong cap on the wrong side. Just to give an example, you can see here, if you look into where the threads are, you'll notice that the threads don't necessarily line up correctly.
Kind of overlaps just a little bit.
Yep. And a lot of times your top half and this half don't align correctly. This one's actually not bad for being backwards, but usually they're a lot further off than that.
Essentially, if you stuff your setup on there, it would just grind it. It would clearance itself.
It would not be a good situation.
Yeah.
Okay. For this, I like to start out with the pinion depth shim, that original to the diff. This is the original pinion depth shim from this diff. These gears set up to Toyota's factory specs, so if you start with that factory shim, most of the time your pinion depth is going to be spot on. Setup bearing. You can slip it in, check your pattern. If it's all good, press the correct bearing on.
Adjusting the pinion depth, what does that change?
That would change. That's a good question. So adjusting your pinion depth is going to move your pinion in closer or further away from the center line of the ring gear. So that will change the pattern that you're going to get, that you're going to see on the contact pattern when the gears are checked for pattern. So it's fairly important to be correct for the diff to run quiet. If you're off, it's going to make noise.
Okay.
The way I do it, I put it together, I check it first before I move forward, make adjustments. So the other thing that I like to do when I'm checking and setting up a diff, I like to put a line in here. And that's just so that I can keep this in reference to the slot on the pinion, so that I'm putting it together the same way every single time. A couple little love taps is all you want to do. So from there, we're gonna put these ring gear bolts in, get them torqued on and press the bearings on. Instead of putting the LSD into the vise, we're gonna put the LSD into the press.
Oh, I see what you're doing.
Yeah. Oh, there we go. I see how this is working. Okay. There we go.
Top secret, Weir Performance trade secrets on how to not score up your diff. Do it in the press.
little tension on the ring gear. Your hand. Wear gloves, of course.
Why is the tension important?
You're trying to wipe the paste. You see what I'm saying? So the pressure helps it to wipe off or to smear. So we'll go backwards now and check the reverse.
So you put the paint on there, right?
Yes, I put the paint on there. So you can see there, the pattern actually looks really good. It's centered up in the tooth, top to bottom, in and out. Same on the coast side. This would be the coast side. So I'm happy with that. Diff turn's good. So we'll actually have to take it back apart. We'll put the real pinion bearing, get the setup bearing off of there, get the solid spacer installed, and finish this thing up.
I bought Soupy a sandwich
It's some bullshit, man.
and he ate it. That means he has to help me.
Did you ever give him his cookies?
No. No, he has not.
Gentlemen, where those both go?
Right here. You forgot the bolts.
There?
Yeah.
Soupy, why are you guys doing this to me?
Where are my cookies?
It's not about how much the sandwich costs. It's not about the size of the sandwich. It's about the calories, okay? So that sandwich was probably about 900 to 1,100 calories. So
That equates to?
how many calories do you burn an hour?
Real quick.
So after a little bit of struggling and a lot of bit of fun, shout out to the big man Soupy.
No, after a little bit of struggle.
It was a little bit of struggling and a lot of bit
You
of.
went like this, it's really like this. Don't let him lie to you people. It was like this.
Big shout out to Spence. I really appreciate your help today because I definitely wouldn't have been able to assemble that by myself. But we got the Weir Performance rear end, 477 gear, COS two-way, upgraded axles. We got disc brakes now.
Got this brake.
We're
got
big
the
boys.
One piece.
We got,
Forget your BC Racing.
yeah, we got the beautiful, beautiful one-piece Drive Shaft Pro fit right in. They never missed their mark. So now this car is fully GTS converted. So now I can beat the crap out of it. And with the 4.7 rear final drive, this thing should feel like it's got some pep behind it. I'm gonna go do some controlled figure eights to make sure this thing works and take it home and finish the rest of the things that I have to do to this car. So much love to Spence, man. I appreciate you. If you have a Corolla and you need solution for your rear end, this is the man you need to talk to.
We'll help you out.
Weir Performance.
There's a company in New York that overnights frozen bagels.
Really? You didn't give me
Yeah,
one?
it's what do you call it? From Long Island. Bagel Boss.
Rossman in Roslyn?
Yeah, that spot, which is like a famous spot because they're open 24 hours. So like it was the spot you go to after a night of drinking.